Hello, thank you for being here. Welcome to Mangaki no Tsukai's first ever episode of Dragon Buds. I'm your host Jesse, and today I am dragging my buds through one of my favorites, Dragon Ball. Today I am joined, as always, by Adam of the Wolf Fang Gale. Adam, how are you today?
I'm good. What's up, everybody?
And I am also joined by the world's most comfortable pair of panties, Evan. How are you, buddy?
Hey guys, I'm good. I'm good. Um,
So,
hey,
what's
real
up, Ev?
real quick, it's Wolfang Gale. Is that what that
Right.
translates to? I thought it was
Yes.
Wolfang Fist.
Fist of the Wolf Fang Gale.
Oh,
Right. Right. Yep. And thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you next week. No.
bye everyone.
So today we're going to be going over chapters 1 to 23. It's the first arc, the Hunt for the Dragon Balls arc. Chapter 1 came out November 20th, 1984, guys. So 9 years before we were born. And I really like the fact that it's so old. It adds a nice charm to it, you know? Toriyama was 29 when this came out, and he had done Dr. Slump from February of 1980 to September of 84. So about 4.5 years. He was already fucking rich, boys, by the time Dr. Slump was over. Okay.
Was it really
So,
that popular?
oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Hmm.
I believe one of the richest men in Japan. I'm not even kidding. So,
Wow.
so
Damn. What the
he
fuck
he
are we
really
doing?
he really did this just because he wanted to get going. You know what I mean? He wanted to keep going as an author, as a true artist. So since we're all pretty familiar with Dragon Ball, it's an old series that we grew up with and everything. I thought it would be fun to do a ranking of our arcs before we started reading, and then at the end of the whole series, we will redo those lists and see how our tastes change. Because I know that you guys haven't even read the manga before. Adam's read a little bit. I've only read the manga twice. Some parts only once, really. So, yeah, I'm excited. I think my list will even change as well. So I've got everybody's list here.
Hmm.
My list controversial a little bit. Tell me what you think of this, Ev. This is from best to worst. Demon King Piccolo, 23rd Tenkaichi, Saiyan Arc, 22nd Tenkaichi, Red Ribbon Army, Boo, Frieza, 21st Tenkaichi, Cell, and then the Hunt for the Dragon Ball arc. Adam, you have anything to say about that?
Yeah. You suck.
What you gotta say about that, Adam? You
I
suck.
don't-
You know something? You suck.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about this. I don't agree where you have the Cell Saga, and I understand your gripes with it, but I think the Cell Saga is for people that probably grew up with Dragon Ball like us. I think a lot of people will tell you Cell Saga is their favorite arc.
Well, that is how I
Yeah.
felt for sure. Like just thinking of Dragon Ball Z from growing up, just like you're saying, I always thought that Cell was the best.
Right. I mean,
But
it had the most
tastes
action.
change a little bit, you
You
know.
know,
So,
Gohan was actually cool in the Cell arc.
mm, mm.
But you put
Gohan may be the Andy Bernard of
Yo,
Dragon Ball.
literally. Good lord. What a good analogy.
Or
Geez,
Yamcha.
Jesse, you're on the wrong podcast right now, buddy.
No, you guys are on the wrong podcast. Surprise!
Jesse's actually recording this as an Office Ball Z episode.
Oh my goodness. But dude,
I have my other headset on top of this headphone.
But you put the Boo saga above the Cell saga?
Yeah, also
And
that.
And above the Frieza saga.
Yeah, that's also crazy.
How about that? I
don't find that as crazy, but I don't know. The Boo saga is just like, it's a good saga. I feel like the Boo saga is just more of like this one's for the fans kind of. We're just gonna give everyone crazy power-ups the entire time. This is gonna be fun.
I agree.
Well, let's get real nerdy for a minute. Toriyama's editor had changed right before the Boo arc, and he pretty much let him do whatever he wanted. And so you start to think that maybe if his two other editors weren't so like strict about things, maybe the series would have been more wacky the whole time. Because that's the thing about the Boo arc; it feels like early Dragon Ball mixed with later Dragon Ball, and that's kind of the thing I like about it. However, I will say this year I've watched. I've been going pretty slowly through the anime, and I've watched the Frieza arc, the Cell arc, and now I'm on the Boo arc. And the anime just slogs everything down so much that it kind of sours the taste a little bit. So maybe that's also in the back of my mind when doing this list. So we'll see how it is when I get through the Boo arc. And also I'll say too, it was fun since I've recently gone through all those arcs. It was fun to go back and read this first arc, even though it is at the bottom of I think all of our fucking lists.
Yeah, this is my least favorite arc for sure. It's just
What?
I said to you before. I just find it a bit boring.
Well, what do you think, Evan? Overall thoughts?
I mean, I thought it was pretty funny. It was this arc particularly was pretty funny. I had a
Yeah, it's
lot of
fun. I
good
think it's
time
fun.
reading it. I think at the bottom of my list was the Red Ribbon stuff, though.
Yeah, so
it
Evan,
definitely
your
wasn't.
list is a little shorter because you were just like, hey, I don't really remember like all this early stuff. I've never really watched or read it. So your list goes the Saiyan arc or the Saiyan arc. I just want to say Saiyan. That is the correct pronunciation.
Ugh.
21st tournament, Frieza, Cell, Boo, Red Ribbon. So that's it. I'm excited for you to read the Red Ribbon arc. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, all I remember from that from childhood is just like all this shit happening in the Red Ribbon arc, and just wanted it to be over. Like I just like they had like every episode was like a different Red Ribbon guy, and I also remember they had like a racist caricature of a black guy in that.
Yeah, you mean Mr. Black.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he certainly has the big lips as most of these fucking black characters unfortunately do. We'll be the first to say here at Mangaki no Tsukai, racism is bad. For real.
it's
For
not
real.
a,
I'm
it's
not,
not a
I'm not
good
trying
thing.
to joke around. We were talking a little bit on the before the podcast about racism in Japan. This is from the 80s, which isn't that long ago, don't get me wrong, but I think certainly we've come a long way, especially in America. But on top of that, a lot of Japan's depictions comes from American depictions from the 40s or even before that and stuff, in early Disney cartoons, which heavily influenced Toriyama specifically. So, there's all that.
Well, even our namesake, the Gaki no Tsukai guys,
Oh, right.
Oh God,
they
yeah.
they had an episode for their New Year's special where it was like, this is the cop episode, and they all dress up as cops, but the one gets dressed up as
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, yeah, Eddie Murphy from Beverly Hills Cops, and he comes out in full blackface. And it's like,
Yeah.
what? And you know what's
Yeah.
weird? I was listening to the radio a few days ago, and they were actually talking about racism in Japan, and they brought that up. I was like,
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
look at that. Look at that. Thanks,
Yeah.
NPR.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't quite look like Mr. Popo, but he was certainly in blackface.
Yeah.
does-
you know,
Does Mr. Popo get a pass for being not a human, or
We can certainly talk about this when we get to Mr. Popo.
Okay, because like
Well,
I agree
and
that
I'll-
Mr. Popo is a bit racy.
yeah.
Oh,
see,
no, sure.
my
Absolutely.
thing is like, if we were talking about Jinx from Pokemon,
Oh God.
yeah, I get that. I don't think that was intended to be like that, but Mr. Popo is definitely on like a different
Yeah,
level of
For
sure.
racism.
for sure.
The thing about Mr. Popo too, and I really don't want to have to defend these racist depictions of things, but the thing about Mr. Popo and also Mr. Black or Agent Black from the Red Ribbon Army, like those characters, like they do have the big lips and all, especially we all know what Mr. fucking Popo looks like, but they're not like scum of the earth characters, you know what I mean? And like Mr. Popo is God's right hand man, and he's incredibly powerful and wise, and he's not fucking God's slave. I don't want to hear that from anyone, right? He's
We're
God's
not going to
right-hand
say
man.
it. You're the one that said it, dude.
And the same thing with Mr. Black. Like he overthrows the Red Ribbon Army and fucking takes
Whoa!
up. And, I mean, spoiler alert,
Yeah,
guys.
spoiler.
Whoa!
But the
Spoiler,
blacks are
dude.
taking over. No.
Oh God. Jesse,
but-
all right.
I kid. We all know what we're saying. Anyway, goddamn, Adam's list. I don't think we got to this yet.
Nope.
Cell's at the top, saying 21st tournament, 23rd tournament, Frieza, 22nd tournament, King Piccolo, Boo, Red Ribbon, Hunt for the Dragon Balls.
Yes,
good.
sir.
These are fun lists.
Yeah.
Adam, not a bad list at all. Don't get me wrong.
I feel like you're about to say you don't like my list now because you just said that. You know.
Listen. Don't get me wrong.
It's not
no
that bad
offense.
of a list, but kind of fucking horrible.
No offense, but
Hey, this is an interesting list, but it's also shitty.
It's interesting.
Yeah. The last time I read Dragon Ball, I stopped in the Red Ribbon Army, not for any particular reason. I actually don't really know why I stopped. I think I started reading something else because I do that with manga. I have a really bad commitment issues with video games, movies, TV series, and manga. So
I know you don't like to beat video games.
I do not. I literally beat the last dungeon of Persona 4, and I have like another month or two left in the game to play, and I haven't picked it up in like over a week.
Hey, real quick, in Persona 4.
Yeah, Persona 4. Yeah, I beat the last dungeon. Like, I technically beat the game, but there's more like social stuff I can do at the end of the game, and there's like a secret dungeon I can do that I haven't done. But like, in my eyes, I beat the game, and now I don't want to play it anymore. But like, I should just go fucking finish that so I can play the next Persona game.
Right. Well, the reason you want to do all the social stuff at the end of that is for New Game Plus, I believe.
Yeah,
that's how it was for Persona 5.
Yeah. That's, and I would like to play through Persona 4 New Game Plus, but again, I'm just commitment issues. So anyway.
Hey, no, wait, no, not anyway. Now that you've beaten it, do you think it's better than Persona 5?
I think it's one of my favorite games of all time. Like, definitely one of my favorite RPGs of all time, and I think Persona 5 just has more quality of life stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I like Persona 4 better.
Well, did you even ever beat Persona 5?
No, I got like 90 hours in and my PlayStation 4 shit itself.
That's a long time, though.
That's a really long time. I don't know how much more of the game I actually had, though.
Do you remember where you left off?
I definitely beat the last dungeon I did the pyramid, I did the Big Bang Burger dungeon. I don't know which one was after which one.
Oh, bro, you still have like good 40% of that game left.
Yeah, so there we go. I mean, I know what happens. I know how it ends. I know who the bad guy is, if that makes it any better. I don't think it does. It kind of makes it worse for me, since I know who the bad guy is.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say for the Red Ribbon Army, since I'm derailing this whole conversation, the Red Ribbon Army is at the bottom of my list, but there is actually one part in the Red Ribbon Army that I really liked, and it's when Goku is going through, I think is it Mr. White who has the tower?
Oh, right, yep. Commander White, I think his name is.
Yeah, Commander White. Sorry, I'm thinking like Reservoir Dogs.
No. Well, different translations call them like different things too, like Agent Commander, Mister.
Gotcha.
Like
yeah, I liked that part of it. That was cool. But I'm a sucker for like it's kind of like a tournament, semi-tournament thing in my mind, where like every floor had a new fighter for him to fight.
Yeah, it's almost like something in One Piece a little bit. But One Piece is like way more extravagant.
And way better.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah, and it's much better in One Piece.
Yeah. There's actually another thing like that in Dragon Ball, too. So,
well, yeah, there is.
Thanks, Toriyama, for not fucking coming up with anything original. ripping your own self off. Actually, I'll say this. I don't really know too much about Dr. Slump. I've read like 30 chapters recently. I've known about it like since middle school or whatever, like since I started like researching a lot about Dragon Ball, yada yada. But I know that he took a lot of ideas from Dr. Slump and put them in Dragon Ball too. Like there's tournaments in Dr. Slump, there's cyborgs, like numbered cyborgs in Dr. Slump. There's a Majin at the end of Dr. Slump, like all that shit. So kind of interesting there.
Hey Jesse, when you get a chance after this, you should YouTube Android Zero.
Okay.
and then watch some of that.
Okay. Is it cool or like is it dumb?
It's not manga or anime, but it's really cool.
Okay. Nice.
Hmm.
He's
Nice.
he's a Captain Falcon player for Super Smash Bros.
Oh.
mainly. But he's sick.
Cool.
He's so sick. You gotta watch it.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
That knee though.
So let's get going here a little bit. I want to say first of all that my two friends here know that I like to say first of all a lot and kind of backtrack a lot. So first of all,
Fucking stop.
he also can't whistle.
no, I can whistle.
Yeah.
Fucking
Now that I've said that,
do it.
let's see. No.
Just for the record, whistling never
Okay.
sounds good over a microphone either. So.
Yeah, it sounded good on my end. I don't know what you guys. No, I want to say, obviously everybody can probably tell already. We're just going to be goofing around a lot. We're going to be taking this as kind of our own opinions, just going through the story, talking about it. If you guys listening, or even you two, really want to dig into Dragon Ball, some really great content online, I got to give a shout out to Kanzenshu, Mr. Fusion, and Geekdom 101. I will probably reference them from time to time. If I'm getting like really nerdy about something. Kanzenshu is basically the written word on what Dragon Ball is, like translating from Japanese to English, and news and history and all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Anyway,
Christ.
so let me ask you guys this. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. How nerdy do you guys want me to get about this cover page? 50% nerdy or 100% nerdy?
Go all in, baby.
Yeah, you can go off.
All right.
Wait.
Okay,
now by the cover page, you mean the red one with the car and Goku and?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're talking about this. Not that you can see what I'm saying, but
nope, that's the one.
Okay, I'm showing it to the people.
So, if you guys notice, this artwork is pretty different, right? Did you guys think about that at all?
Yeah, I think it looks like GT Goku, but go on.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. So this is from the Kanzenban release, which means like the perfect edition release that came out in 2002. And it shortened the 42 volumes of the Tonkobon into 34 volumes. And there's actually like an extended ending in the last chapter. But so these are redrawn covers from 2002. What do you guys think about Toriyama's 2002 art? What if the comic looked like that the whole time?
I kind of prefer his older stuff, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just because Dragon Ball is so comedy heavy, the older stuff works better for that. I mean, I think this looks nice, but it looks like GT Goku.
It's not as nice as page 5 of this right here. Where talking to the monkeys, rolling on the log.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm glad you like that. I wrote down page 1 of the which is page 5 here, but yeah, page 1 of the chapters is beautiful. I love this page.
Yeah, it's a really nice page. Yeah, as much as
you didn't let me go 100% nerd on the cover yet, though.
Okay. Oh, you can keep going. I'm just saying. I was just saying I prefer that style.
That was only 50% nerd. This is 100. So if you see here Dragon Ball at the top, it's written in one word with a lowercase b. And then in katakana above that, it's also written in one word. In katakana, it's always written in one word like that. But in the title pages, like if you look on page 6, it's split into 2 words. And it's actually 2 words all the time. And even on the original volumes, it's written as 2 words. But on the Kanzenban release, it has turned into 1 word. And in the text, it's also 1 word. When it's in speech bubbles.
Any particular reason why? Do you know why?
Just because fuck us, just because we don't deserve consistency as Dragon Ball fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
This is what we deal with, okay? No, so let's actually get into it, guys. Like I said, page 1 is beautiful. Love this stuff. Goku saying good morning to his
Hey,
Manga-
when you refer to pages, please use manga decks.
Oh
pages
yeah,
for me.
Yeah.
I will from here on out. I only wrote it as page 1 because that's page 1. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
You know,
I'm just
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like, I'm gonna show whatever page you say,
Nope,
and I don't want to show
definitely.
the wrong page.
Absolutely.
This is very
So
traditional, like art style. Like the background and stuff.
Yeah, I
yeah,
really
it's like
like this art.
watercolored. Yeah, I mean, he kind of went out of the lines there with the leaves. I have to take some points off for that, but
Nah, dude, that's just abstract, bro.
also the title page, which is page 6, is a pretty iconic of Goku and Bulma there on the bike.
Mm.
Her name's Buruma. Please,
Haruma.
Yeah,
please say it
Buduma.
right.
Yeah, Buduma.
Yeah,
I
it
like.
means briefs.
No, it means trunks. No, the thing I don't really call them like Buduma or like Kudiden really for Krillin, but
Yeah, it's just
and
easy to go with the
it's
American translations.
well, it's also super up for debate on like if Bulma, like it's written on her shirt, right? But
Right.
should it actually be Bluma? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because like it's the same as Frieza, because his name in Japanese is Furiza, so it's the same thing. There's the FU there. Krillin, if we go off what Toriyama wrote for Krillin's name on his hat, it's Kulilin with L's. So then should it be Krillin or should it be Klillin? It's like, Jesus.
I will most likely call everybody by their Americanized names, but
Right.
as jest, I will certainly mention, like, if we're talking about a specific page, like I was saying to you before, like Kami Senin and Muten
Oh yeah.
Rushi.
Sure.
Like I'll joke around and say that, but for the most part, if I'm referring to a character, like I know them as their Americanized names.
I think that we all probably will, and because of that, I'll probably try to stick to the. I'll probably try to say like Saiyan, while you guys balance it out by saying Saiyan. But at the same time, when things are first introduced, I'll probably just present like both forms, and then we'll rock and roll from there.
Cool.
Yeah. So the first few pages here, like I'm looking at page 7, and then page 8. These are full color pages. Toriyama would do these from time to time. Towards not even soon after the first chunk of pages, they certainly get more rare. But it's always nice when they come up. Like we said, it's a very traditional like watercolor look to them.
Can I just say, page 8 on Manga Dex, literally the second page of the actual manga, Goku's already hungry.
Yep, Goku's hungry.
He's already starving.
Yeah, we need the audience needs to know that's going to be a trope throughout the entire fucking manga.
I have it written down every time he says it. And also on page 8, I got to point out the English letters at the top. Right?
Yeah.
Now we see obviously there's a bunch of the Japanese characters all over the place too, but Toriyama would use these English letters, especially a lot in his earlier stuff, and that's actually why his editor, who discovered him, Torishima, that's what made him stand out to him. And Torishima discovered him in 1978, and then 2 years later he started Dr. Slump, etc., etc. And I think Torishima was his editor up until the 23rd tournament, so like Piccolo Jr.
Oh.
Yep. So yep.
So literally the end of Dragon Ball.
Right. Well, yeah, right before, because he left at the 23rd tournament. So Goku goes inside.
Oh shit! I'm not even showing.
And
all right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, do your best. Page 9. Goku goes inside and he prays to this orange ball, or he greets this orange ball, and he calls it his grandpa. He says, "I'm gonna go get some food." And then we are introduced to a blue-haired girl who is looking at a like some kind of tracking device. The draggin radar, will come to find, and her shirt says Bulma.
It's
That
like,
is her name.
Who's that supposed to be?
Yeah. Wonder who that is.
I'm gonna just fucking wear clothes with my name all over them.
She does it a lot. She has a pretty cool hat. I don't know if you guys noticed. It's like a double billed hat. I'll point it out later. But that's also got her name on it. But yeah, so then we just see her for a brief second. It goes back to Goku. On page 11, I really love the left side of this page. You kind of follow the movement down of Goku like falling down the cliff there, and he swings off the branch. I just thought that was pretty nice looking. He takes out his tail, right? That's an important feature about Goku. He's just a small little boy, but he's got a tail, and he's got this red staff on his back. And he gets naked. We see his little booty.
We see his little balls. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Page 13, we see his big old ball sack, as Evan pointed out. And also on page 13, now he's fishing here, but we see it switch to a limited color palette. And it goes from the full color. There was a bunch of colors. Now it's basically just reds and tans and grays.
Yeah, because when I was reading this, I was thinking, like, I noticed that, and I was thinking, like, isn't that the outfit he wears when he's training with Master Roshi?
Right, yeah, we see it switch to the orange gi here.
Yeah.
Right, he was wearing blue in the beginning. So he's walking back. He's got this big ass fish. I love it. I love me some Kid Goku, man. He's funny. And we see Bulma speeding down the road, almost hits him, comes really close. Looks like she hits the fish a little bit there. Goku's not going to be happy about that, you know. And Goku thinks that the car is a monster, and he just gets underneath it and throws it. Says he's going to fight it and everything like that. And Bulma just shoots to kill.
Yeah, dude.
This
she
little
shoots him in
kid.
the head.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up. Bulma's like fucking 16 with a gun shooting at like a kid that looks like he's 12 years old. What the fuck's wrong with her?
Yep. And she's like, "Oh, you didn't die?" Like, she wanted him to die.
Right. She was like ready to fucking kill a child in the fucking forest. Like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
Like, what would she have done if she actually shot him through the head?
And like,
you know,
like, thank God, let me use my next Hoi Poi capsule and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Hoi Poi capsule, a casket.
Yeah.
Bury it in the ground, and then go take his Dragon Ball. Fucking bitch.
I wanted to say, too, the Noibo, however that's said.
Yeah, the Noibo.
Yeah, the extendo rod here.
The power pole.
Yeah, I wish he, like, used that through Dragon Ball. Like, Super, or not Super, sorry, Z. I care less about Super. I really like that weapon.
Do you know what happens to it?
I don't remember.
I cannot fucking wait for you to see what happens to it, because I also didn't remember, and I only read the manga for the first time 2 years ago, you know, and like the whole thing. And when I saw what happened to the power pole, I was like, "Yo, fuck yes, dude! I'm so excited for you to see what happens to it."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what happens to it, Evan?
No, I do not. I'm excited.
Does
you
it
got
get
me hyped.
turned into something? Does it get like
cool.
wished into something? Or
well, you know how Goku has that son Gohan. It turns into Gohan.
What? Are you fucking?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. I would say, what are you fucking saying right now?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't spoil it, but yeah, I was thinking about this the entire time I was reading, and I was like, man, I really like the bow. I wish.
Yeah. Well, it sticks around for a good while he's a kid. So.
Yeah, I know that much. I just, I wish he had it for Z.
So, Goku's calling Bulma a fairy. He's not really understanding this whole person in a car thing. And she pops out and she's like, "No, I'm just a human like you, you know." And he's kind of smelling her up a little bit, you know, checking her out a little bit, you know. And he's like, "Oh, you're you look really soft and weak." And she's like, "Well, I'm a girl. Come on, you know." And he's like, "Oh, you're a girl? I've never met a girl. I've never even met another human." And she's like, "You're such a fucking hick, man," you know. And Goku really is supposed to be portrayed as a hick, and I know that his like dialect in the anime is very heavily portraying that as well, like, and Chi-Chi as well. They talk with a very like country bumpkin, as she puts it here in the manga.
Wakari Mashtan.
So he mentions that his grandfather, who is deceased, always said to be nice to a girl if he ever meets one. So she sees his tail. She laughs to herself about how he's got a fake tail attached to his butt, but we know it's real. We saw him fish with it. And she explains, cars, that she's from the city out west, and
She's from the city
that
out west. Isn't the city called West City?
it
Pretty
is.
sure.
Okay.
You're a great prognosticator. You're putting things together here.
I'm so smart. I'm much
Is that the
smarter
right
than
word?
Akira Toriyama.
So Goku invites her to the house to have some food and stuff. And when they get back there, he greets Grandpa, the little ball. And Bulma freaks out. She's like, "There it is. That's the Dragon Ball." And it's got 4 stars in it. This is definitely the most iconic Dragon Ball
It's my
of
favorite Dragon
of
Ball.
the series.
The number
I-
4.
That definitely changes design, right? Because it's like on this page, it's got like 3 in a line and then 1 off to the bottom left. But it definitely changes to just 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You guys know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. And that's actually interesting because even on page 21, when they show all of the balls, the 4-star bar is like that as well. So
Even on this same exact page, right below that, it's
oh
drawn.
yeah, wow. Even in the same panel, it's just drawn the one time. It looks exactly how it looks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little weird.
No, but Goku's kind of freaking out. He's like, don't touch my grandfather. That's his memento that he gave to me. And she's like, no, look. And she pulls out 2 other Dragon Balls. And he's kind of freaking out about this. And she explains to him that there are these, magical balls. And if you get 7 of them, you can summon forth a dragon who will grant any of your wish. Shenlong, the god of all dragons. In Japanese, it's pronounced Shenron, which is what it's called in the English dub as well. But here it is called Shenlong. And also, it's worth noting that Dragon Ball is loosely inspired by, I should have said this before, it's loosely inspired by Journey to the West and also just the setting of China and Chinese influence. So that'll show up in settings and in naming conventions and stuff like that.
I gotta say, Shenron looks awesome here.
Yeah.
What page?
Also on page 22.
Page 22.
Also, he has 4 claws, and I'm pretty sure that means something. Like I'm pretty sure like 4 claws on an Eastern dragon means like it's saved for like imperial nobility and stuff like that, and then like 3 claws is like for like lower, and like it was taken pretty seriously. Like if you had like a dragon depicted in your house that had like 4 claws and you weren't the emperor or whatever, you were basically dead right then and there.
Huh.
So
Very interesting.
Shenron is like the biggest type of dragon, I guess. I mean, he can grant wishes and shit. I don't think that was in traditional Chinese stuff, but yeah, no, just a little detail I noticed.
Yeah, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, he is the god of all dragons.
Yeah.
So-
One thing, it's not here because it's kind of hard to tell his body moving around in this image, but later on when they first summon him, when it's like Pilaf and them summoning him,
Yeah.
Toriyama draws his body very odd. Like the way that it's like curling around itself doesn't really make sense. Just something I was gonna point out. But, it's kind of hard to tell here because the midsection of his body is kind of blocking the way that it's curving. But like later on, it's like, how the fuck is he curving like that? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'll definitely point it out when we get to it.
I will.
So
yeah.
Bulma also mentions that the Dragon Balls scatter after some time. She says after a while the balls will scatter. She doesn't let him know that right after the wish they scatter. So she's trying to get the ball off of him, and she's like, he's like, no, it's my grandfather. This and that's. He's very attached to this thing. He doesn't know anybody. You know what I mean? All he had was his grandfather. And she's just such a little slut, you know what I mean? This Bulma gal. Right away in chapter 1, we find out, page 23, she's trying to let him. She's like, "Oh, I know what you want for the ball," and she's like, "Hey, you can look at my undies. You can even touch if you want." And he's like, "Why would I want to touch your dirty butt?"
What a good answer.
She has a funny reaction shot there.
Do you wipe?
You shit with that ass, Adam?
Oh, she definitely shits with that ass because Goku called it dirty. He's very self-aware of this.
He's got a good sense of smell.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
It's also worth noting Bulma mentions that she was going to wish for an eternal strawberry that just never runs out. But then,
Oh yeah,
but then
I make note on chapter 23 that her fucking wishes suck.
oh yeah,
Or page 23. Horrible fucking wishes I wrote. Her wishes are fucking horrible. You are about to summon a dragon that could give you anything. You want a wonderful boyfriend or a strawberry that never runs out? Are you fucking serious? At least,
yeah.
I mean,
Well, she.
the
How does
strawberry
that even work?
the strawberry one's kind of cool, I guess. But like, Jesus Christ.
But at that point, wouldn't you rather just wish for like
Infinite
15
strawberries?
15 billion strawberries so you can share rather than have one strawberry that never ends?
Yeah, can I end world hunger? I don't know.
Also,
can everybody in the world not die of starvation and be in poverty? No, I want a strawberry that doesn't run out.
Just for me.
Just for
Also,
me.
Just for me.
does it grow back or does it just extend to the end of the universe?
Yeah, that's actually funny to think about. I was thinking like anytime she bit it, it would just like the bite mark would just like regrow into strawberry, but maybe Shenlong will just like give her like a strawberry as big as the fucking planet.
Oh man, this is like some monkey's paw shit.
Right. I wish that's how the Dragon Balls work. You get a caveat with every fucking wish, you know?
So, kind of wrapping things up with this chapter. I know we've already been going for a long time.
This
so.
is a long chapter.
It is a packed chapter. Bulma convinces him, you know what? Why don't you just come along with me then? You know, we'll go travel the world. You can kind of protect me and train yourself, and you can hold on to your ball, but just let me borrow it at the end. And then she inner monologues to herself about how that's when we find out that the Dragon Balls will scatter right after the wish is made. So they're about to go off. She pulls out the dragon radar. She explains to him that she created it, which is pretty cool. We get a little hint right away that Bulma's a pretty smart person. She's creating things.
She's also
Created
fucking rich, right? Isn't she like rich as shit? Why does she
Yeah.
need a fucking strawberry that doesn't run out? Why can't she just buy more strawberries?
Well, we don't quite know that yet, but yeah, she's on summer break, man. She's just trying to have some fun. She's a young girl showing off her panties.
Just trying to have fun. Because girls just want to have fun.
So I like on page 25 in the top left, she explains this whole thing to him, and she's like, "Oh, the next one's over here. It's about 1,200 kilometers to the west," and he's just like, "I don't get it." So here we finally get the introduction of their names. Son Goku, or Son Goku, as we like to say over here, and Buduma, or Bulma. I almost called her Bluma. We talked about this earlier. Bulma is just what we're going to go with. And again, a spoof on Bloomer, the underwear. And it's worth noting, too, that I keep saying that it's worth noting, but it is worth noting, first of all, that the title chapter is Bloomers and the Monkey King, but it's also just Bulma and Son Goku, but without any context of the story. The first time reader looks at it and just gets this ridiculous title of Bloomers and the Monkey King. So like kind of a funny bit of comedy there, you know. And
hey, can I just say I love on page 27 when they're speeding off. I love the monkeys that are staring at them like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, so she pulls out the hoi poi capsules, and also Goku's making fun of her name, which is really fun in the anime. Masako Nozawa has I love her voice acting. I know that, Adam, you're not really fond of it, right?
Who? Goku's voice?
Goku.
I
Yeah.
like Goku's voice as a kid because it makes sense. I think.
Yeah, well,
I think the fact that he still sounds like he's younger than Goten in fucking Z and Super doesn't make sense.
well, the thing is that he really is just a big old man baby.
Yeah,
You know,
but he's
so-
also like an adult, and
grown
his,
man.
But
his
I-
voice
I'll-
should deepen a little bit. No.
Well, no, it really does. Like I'll say, I've obviously gotten used to it because I've watched so much of it. But like as you watch the series, it just fits. It fits so well, and his voice is a lot deeper as an adult.
Oh right, yeah,
it's still super
you're right,
high, but it is
Jesse.
deeper.
Yeah, he goes
You're
from
right.
an 8-year-old girl to a 15-year-old girl. You're right.
It goes from Sonic to Sonic. You know?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You get it.
But like, you know, Sean Schimmel does. Yeah, Sean Schimmel's voice is like all right, but like, it's definitely
I
how
like it.
I picture Goku, and like that's how like someone who is as muscular and fucking badass as him should probably sound when he's an adult. Not like his balls still haven't
like
dropped, you know.
I like the English cast. I like the English cast.
I
for
like the
most
English
part.
class too, especially I like Christopher Sabat.
Yeah,
because he does
definitely.
a lot of cool stuff.
Fuck you, Kakarot.
Well, he's also my favorite. He's also like Kuwabara, you know. Kuwabara's the man. Kazuma Kuwabara.
Isn't he Zoro as well?
He is.
Zoro? Oh,
the 4 Kids fucking
Zoro, the masked man, Alfego Bobby.
yeah, dude, I was gonna say that's Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, he is Roronoa Zolo, as they like to call him in the 4 Kids fucking
Roronoa. You Roronoa.
Hey, Roronoa Zolo.
Hey, I just want to say, like, and this is jumping like hundreds and hundreds of chapters, but there's literally nothing worse than in Dragon Ball Super in the Japanese dub when Goku and Gohan are fighting, and they're just because they both have the same voice actor, and they're both just
oh god,
that for like 5 minutes times 2 because both of them are doing the same exact shit.
Yeah, dude, Super is its own mess.
Yeah, Super is what it is.
I don't know if there's a translation note about this, but the hoi poi capsule, hoi is like the noise of like of throwing something, and then poi is the noise of something being thrown.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah,
Wait,
like in like Japanese onomatopoeia, hoi poi is just like the sound of like throwing something and then like it being thrown. Like that, like that's what it is. I don't know how else to explain it.
Like,
are they called something else in the American? I feel like they're not called hoi poi capsules in like.
They're just called capsules. Okay. And actually, eventually, the hoi poi title just kind of gets thrown to the wayside, like many other things in this series.
I'm still trying to break down what you mean. Like, hoi means the sound of someone throwing something. So
yeah, so like imagine like someone throwing something and going like hoi, like hoi.
Okay, and then poi is like the whoosh.
Is like the thing. Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay. Exactly.
So all right, let's speed up here. They speed off on their bike again, this classic bike, and Goku's pretty amazed by everything. Bulma tries to run off to go pee, and she's freaking out because Goku like won't let her have a moment of peace. You know what I mean? He's up her ass about it. And he's like, "Oh, you mean you got to take a piss?" And
maybe your pee-pee was bitten by a snake.
Yeah. She screams. That's exactly it. He runs over there to check it out, and here we've got this pterodactyl guy, who just fucking gets absolutely killed by Goku. I don't know if you guys caught that. He is totally dead.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Yeah, but page 31. You know, we see him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just one of Bulma's friends. You stay here." He ties up Goku. Goku's like, "I guess like this is fine."
He asks, "How long should I wait?" Like, how long should I stay here?
Yeah. And the pterodactyl's like, I'm gonna eat some girl meat. That's this guy's voice. And Bulma screams at him. She's like, "Come on, come fucking help me, you idiot!" He unties himself with his tail, his handy dandy tail, and he tries to speed off in the bike. I love page 33, the top panel there of him speeding off. And then he catches some sick air. He jumps out. He still can't reach. And then he says those classic 3 words that every girl likes to hear. Stick, get longer.
I didn't even notice this. He like breaks the fucking pterodactyl's like horn thing. Whatever.
Yes.
I didn't even notice that the first time I read it.
I really like the split he's doing. That's really cute.
Yeah, that's a great panel there at the bottom of page 34. And then you see here on the next page 35, the pterodactyl, he's got the skull and crossbones. He's fucking done. So a lot of people say Goku doesn't kill anybody, but this guy, I think his name is Pteranodon or something like that. He like in the guidebooks they called him that, which literally is just like a pterodactyl species, I think. So, but
yeah, that's the pterodon.
Yeah, I think it's Pteranodon is his name.
Oh, well, I like how all these fucking animals can speak, by the way.
Yeah, we got the fish in the beginning, and now we've got this. Yeah, it's building a pretty cool world, right? Like, it's got this Chinese aesthetic. There's talking animals and dinosaurs. There's
the world
capsules that grow motorcycles and houses and shit, right?
Yeah, the world is interesting because it's like it takes place in like the olden days, but there's so much more technology, like flying fucking cars and all this other shit.
And I love it too. At the bottom of this page here, Goku saves Bulma by throwing the stick. It goes through her shirt, sticks into the mountain, and she pees herself.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused about all this. So he lands somewhere on the top left, and then on the bottom, he's on a tree. Like, where does he land originally? Like above Bulma, and then jumps down and does this, or like, is there like a flat? Because that rock right there where that tree is not a flat surface.
Yeah,
no, you're right. No, you're right.
That's definitely just an oversight for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, dude.
Yeah, the first time I read this, I was like, man, I don't understand this sequence, but I read this. I like looked through this a bunch of times. I was like, I like try to figure out. I was like, where did he fucking land originally?
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Series fucking sucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the one that rips apart this series as we go. I'm gonna be the Grinch of this series.
Hey, I have no problem with ripping things apart too.
Yeah,
what do you guys think of that first chapter? It took about 50 minutes for us to get through.
It legitimately did. You're not wrong at all. I thought it was a lot of fun.
God.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, no, we dicked off a lot in the beginning.
Yeah, we spent like 20 minutes, talking about nonsense. But
so,
it was a good chapter. It's the first chapter of a series is usually long, so
there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, chapter 2, page 3. Again, a really nice full color page of the sunset. Very pretty, like dark reds or dark oranges, I should say.
We have a communist owl.
Blood orange. Yes, eating a mouse.
Eating one of the bourgeoisie mouse. The proletariat owl eats the bourgeoisie mice.
Oh man, I was gonna say this is like a Chinese nationalist rat. This is Mao versus Chiang Kai-shek.
Well, this won't be the last communist we see.
No, definitely not. I actually have a few communists written down.
So right here on page 3 again, Goku is hungry.
I'm sorry, can I derail this real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I was watching a clip from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Nice.
And Andy Samberg, I don't know exactly what happened because I was just watching a bunch of like Comedy Central 2-minute clips on YouTube, and he was giving a speech or something, or he was at like an auction, and someone in the auction keeps booing him. And it's Adam Sandler. He goes, "Wait, are you Adam Sandler?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm a classic antiquer. What can I say? I'm here to buy some stuff." And Andy Sandler's like, "Shouldn't you be off like writing a movie?" He's like, "Actually, I was writing a movie. It was about communism in Russia." And he's like, "Oh yeah, who's Kevin James gonna play?" And he's like, very funny. All right, he was gonna play Trotsky.
Oh my god,
that's awesome.
But yeah,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a great show.
it was funny as fuck. But yeah.
So Bulma busts out a house for the night from the Hoi Poi capsule. She's got a big old house, and Goku is just amazed by lights and TVs and bathtubs. Even it's just all amazing stuff. You know, isn't it great being a kid and everything is just amazing?
Well, he's a dummy. He's a big old dummy.
Yeah, he's a bumpkin, right? He doesn't know better. He like bathes in like a fucking river with giant piranha fish.
So we get Goku's big old schlong again. Page 7. Bulma's washing him up, and she's like, "Hey, you know, like you can take this tail off. You don't have to keep it on." And he's like, "Oh, what do you mean?" And he's like, "I can wash my own butt." And he takes the brush with his tail, and she's freaking out because she now realizes it's a real tail, even though I'm sure it was certainly obvious before the way it was moving around and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how Goku's gaslighting her into believing all boys have tails.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. You don't have one. All boys have them." He's like, "Is that true? I've never seen a boy's naked butt before." So
yeah. And he's like, "Although Grandpa didn't have one," and she's like, "Yeah, see," and he's like, "But he was weird." She's like, "You're weird."
Yeah, that's a great exchange.
And then the next page 9, he just goes, "It doesn't matter."
Yeah.
So then we see Bulma taking a bath, and he's like, the fucking nerve. She's like, the fucking nerve of this kid. And then he's just standing there. I love his look there on page 9. I love this drawing of Goku. I don't know. He just looks so cute right there.
he's just like,
And she falls down. You know, she's freaking out on him.
Line.
And he goes, "Why do you have a butt on your chest?"
So stupid.
So dumb.
That's so good. And then she's like, here she says Son-kun, you know, that's what she calls Goku forever. It happened in the last chapter. She always calls him Son-kun. So he tells her that she's 14. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's bullshit because he
Keep that
looks
in
like
mind.
he's fucking 7.
Right?
Yeah.
14. Yo, she's 16.
Right, so
she's like 3 times his size.
Right, she's freaking out on him because she's only 2 years older, so she's 16, and he's hungry. That's pretty much the end of that exchange. He runs away, he's hungry. And then he doesn't like any of her food. The soup is bitter because it's actually coffee.
Yeah.
And he's like,
So funny.
He's like, "I'm going to go get us some food." We see this wolf, page 11, howling. That wolf fucking dies.
Yo, he eats the shit out of that wolf.
He caught a wolf and a centipede.
Yummy. The wolf meat probably doesn't taste too bad, but centipede, yuck. Gross.
Page 12. Look at that roasted ass wolf.
And then the bones of that roasted ass wolf.
Yeah.
One thing I want to bring up about this page was Grandpa's crotch was really soft, and he always let me use it as a pillow.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's certainly supposed to just be innocent, and I think that the payoff here is really funny though. Do you not think it's funny at the end?
No, I do think it's funny. It's just it's just a weird sentence. Because I know.
Well, I know because I mean it is a thing of like, what was up with this guy's grandfather? Like, he wanted him to come lay on his crotch, but it's like, you know, it's not supposed to be like that. It's really not, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, Son Gohan was a saint.
It's just no matter what anyone says, it's just a weird sentence.
It is a weird sentence.
If you actually read it in its original Japanese, it doesn't come quite off that way.
Oh yeah, there's this Japanese concept of saisobu, where people lay on each other's crotches as young children.
That checks out, right?
I can send you multiple articles about this. Multiple articles. So page 13, Bulma's talking to Goku about, you know, where he lived and stuff, and she asks if his parents died, and he just says, "I don't know." You know, top left. I love this panel. "I was thrown away into the mountains when I was a baby, and then Grandpa found me and picked me up." And and she's just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man?" That's like nothing to be happy about at all. So she's talking to him about how she's on school break and there's only 30 days left, and that's why she's, trying to get the Dragon Balls, and she's going on, and Goku just falls asleep on her.
Do you blame him? She's pretty boring.
Not at all. People are probably falling asleep on us right now. Page 14, again, going back to all this technology in the world and stuff, we see just a UFO flying across the sky there. And we get a nice sunrise, very much similar to the way Yasuhisa Hara draws his sunrises, I would say. Would you agree, Adam?
Huh? The fuck is Yasuhisa Hara?
Yasuhisa Hara, the guy that writes Kingdom.
Oh, dude, I don't know these people's names.
You fucking king dummy.
No, it looks nothing like that.
Yeah, thank you. That was the response I was looking for.
Yasuhisa Hara, whatever the fucker's name is, does a much better job.
Yeah, there would be about 4 different types of screen tone involved, and
yeah, it's just 2 different styles. Toriyama does a much more cartoony style, so.
So Goku wakes up here. Bulma's spread eagle, passed out, and it reminds him of Grandpa's crotch pillow. So page 15, he rests his head, tries to get some more sleep, but he notices something is off. He does the patented pat. Doesn't feel anything there. Something's not quite right. He pulls the panties off. Now, he's innocent. He doesn't know what's going on. This guy can ride the Nimbus cloud. You know what I mean? And he screams. And we got a nice reaction from the bunny outside. Kind of like the monkeys.
It's Toe the character.
Oh, my God.
I do not like that name, by the way. We'll get to that in about 5 hours. So yeah, he freaks out and he's like, oh, no balls. And she's like, oh, the Dragon Balls? Where are they? And he's like, oh, they're right here. Don't freak me out about things like that. And obviously those were not the balls he was talking about. You know what I mean? So then we see a shadow lurking over in the distance.
Huh?
And
where?
At the bottom of page 16.
Oh, I thought that was like a mountain. It actually is a shadow.
Yep, it is a shadow of the character we will see in the next chapter, the turtle.
Oh, way to spoil it.
Well, we're there. We're about getting there. Chapter 3, another full color. And here we got Bulma's pink hair or purple hair. And that is what it will be. Now, in the first chapter, it was blue. So that's what they went with in the anime. But then Toriyama will color it in purple from here on out, except for when it goes to limited color, and it's more of like that grayish, bluish color. So
I have written here in my notes on page, on this page here, page 2. Shut up already about the sun.
Nice.
So there's a nice little Office Ballsy reference for you, Jesse.
Yes, very good.
You can do a whole episode about that.
Yes, I sure can. Goku's telling her to hurry up. If she takes any longer, she's going to turn into a turtle. He goes outside to break some rocks and train. I like on page 3 his little running body here.
Yeah. He does it like he's got there's a few different shots of him running to the boulders like that.
Yeah, so he's just breaking rocks, and he picks one up on page 4, and it's a turtle. And he doesn't break the turtle, thank God. But Goku thinks that Bulma actually turned into the turtle. But she comes outside, and
her hair's blue again.
Yeah, yes, right, exactly. We've switched to the limited color. And the turtle explains that he's been lost from the ocean for a year. And Goku wants to show him the way home, but Bulma says that they don't have time because they only have the 30 days to find the Dragon Balls. And Goku's like, I'm just going to fucking do it anyway. So Bulma's like freaking out on him, says to never come back, don't ever show your face here again. And then on page 8, there's this really funny shot in the middle of like all the dinosaurs and just the looming doom out in the wilderness. And she's like, I'd better go get that kid. Actually, so she speeds off and she's like, yeah, let's stick together. Actually,
Hey, can I just say, I don't really remember too much about Dragon Ball, but I feel like this is the only time we see this fucking turtle speak. Ever.
No.
He's in Z a lot too.
Yeah, but he
In a
doesn't
lot
like
of filler
speak. I
stuff,
don't
yeah.
remember.
No, he does. He totally does.
Yeah, he talks later in this series. He literally talks with Roshi.
Well, yeah, but like I'm saying, like in later on,
Yeah, his name is just Turtle, and in Japanese his name is Umigame. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Which means
turtle, sea turtle.
Go. There you go.
Yep. So we'll call him Buduma.
We call him Bloomers.
So they are going off, and we see Bear with a mohawk or Bear with a sword. Pick your choosing.
Super important character here.
Yes. Like most villains in Dragon Ball, he will become a great friend of Goku's, and he will be there through the whole time. Him and Pterodon.
Yeah, him and Pterodon. Super important characters that are going to be super relevant later.
I really like all the vocalizations that's in this manga too. Like this guy swings the sword and he's like, "Sword ya!"
Yeah.
And we get a lot of that.
There's some translator notes about how like it really just doesn't translate to anything, and this is just what they're saying. So it's like, yeah, just a lot of yells. Yeah.
That's just like me. When I go outside and I start swinging my sword around, I'm just like, "Sword ya!" And all the Puerto Ricans are like, "The fuck?" But I don't really understand what they're actually saying because they're speaking Spanish.
Adam, I don't understand how you got that sword through customs. You just took like a regular commercial flight.
I'm not gonna tell you my secrets, pal. It was a very uncomfortable 4-hour flight, not the least.
Sir, why are you sitting like that? Why are you sitting at like a 90-degree angle?
Sitting like what? Sitting like, if I sneeze, I will cut myself in half, sir. You need to get away from me.
And the attendant's like, what?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Bear with the Mohawk says, hand over the turtle. He's going to eat this fucking turtle one way or the other. And Goku just sticks his tongue out, and they fight. It's a solid fight. I guess this is the first fight we really see. I like page 11 at the bottom when the bear takes a swing at Goku and he's just sitting on top of the sword.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
Then we get Goku's trademark move as a kid, the John Ken, which is a play on words because John Ken is like what they call rock, paper, scissor in Japan. So this move is like he does rock, paper, scissor hand movements.
Yeah, they actually stole this from Hunter x Hunter, believe it or not.
I was gonna
say. I believe that. I like at the bottom of page 12 though. Goku jumps off. He's peace.
Yeah, I like that.
Peace
he does that a lot.
Made famous by Goku, but used by Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill. I'm not joking.
Nice.
I know you guys don't watch football, but anytime he scores a touchdown he's like a fast guy, so he outruns everybody. So if he catches a ball past someone and he turns around and he gives them the peace sign as he scores a touchdown.
That's so awesome.
That would make me so fucking mad.
That's great.
Yeah.
So they carry on their journey. They get the turtle to the beach. We see on the bottom of page 13, Toribot. This is supposed to be Toriyama. This is like his incarnation. And
this
we
isn't where? Bottom right. This isn't Penguin Village.
Right, which is from Dr. Slump. And Toriyama appears in Dr. Slump a couple times as 3 different characters, actually. The Toribot, a little bird, because Tori means bird, and also just himself as Akira Toriyama. So yeah, they get to the beach. And the turtle says that he wants to bring them back a gift, so just hold on here. They're gonna, he's very thankful. He wants to give them a gift, and they're just kind of chilling out, building a sandcastle or a sand pile, I should say, not too castle-like. And then we see the turtle come back, and he has an old man on his back with a orange ball on his necklace. I don't know what that could be.
Nah, I'm not sure, but
But yes,
They did a good job of hiding it. I'll tell you what.
So that's the end of that chapter. We're gonna find out about this old man in the next one.
I like.
Really.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I like that Master Roshi made the button-up shirt trend like super popular in the year 2020 now. Everyone's got these fucking. Everyone wears khaki shorts and button-up shirts with wacky designs on them.
Yeah.
All he's missing are some Crocs, and that'd be a full fit.
Dude, he's just missing some salmon chubbies and some Docker shoes, and he could be a frat boy right now.
And a big turtle shell backpack.
Right. With like a water straw coming out of it, but it's filled with vodka because he parties,
So chapter 4, page 2. I love all the colors on this page, and it's really interesting. We get a yellow sky, a pink sky, a blue sky, and a purple sky, all on the same page.
Yeah.
I think it looks really nice, honestly.
They're just having a very slow conversation.
So this man explains that he is Kame Sennin, which means turtle hermit. Now, that's not his name, that's his title.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to keep in mind. But we know him as Master Roshi, of course.
Yeah, first name Muten, last name Roshi.
Of course. And he says that he asks the turtle which one helped, and he says the boy. And he says, I'm going to give you a wonderful gift. He tries to call forth the immortal phoenix, but the turtle reminds him that the phoenix died of food poisoning. So just hilarious comedy stuff here, that you would see on a Netflix special or something like that. And so then he says, all right, instead of that, I will call forth Quinton, or the flying nimbus, as we know it in English. Well, that's not the English translation, but that's what we know it as. I think Quinton means I think it says it here, actually. Loop-de-loop cloud.
That's it, baby. That's the loop-de-loop cloud that we all know and love from Dragon Ball.
Isn't this also a reference to Journey to the West?
It is. I think it's supposed to be a reference to the horse they ride. Maybe I'm
literally
fucking that
don't
up.
know.
No, maybe it's supposed to be a cloud. Maybe it is a cloud.
I literally know nothing about this fucking movie that you guys keep talking about.
It's like an ancient like very, very old Chinese story.
Oh.
Yeah. What the horse is actually, I think Shenlong is based on the horse, because the horse is actually like the dragon prince disguised as a horse or something like that. Didn't you have something to say about Journey to the West, actually, Evan?
Yeah, so there is this manga called Act Age, right? So it came out a few years ago, and they had an arc where it was like, because the whole manga was about acting. It was an acting manga, right? And they had a whole arc where the two of the main characters and two of the other main characters had they performed the same stage play, except a few days apart. So it was kind of like a actor versus actor thing, like which show was better.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a thing called Princess Iron Fan, which was, I guess, part of Journey to the West. So they got Sun Wukong, and who's Son Goku, and the dude that's supposed to be Oolong, and all this shit. But at the end of the day, that manga was canceled because the author fucking was rolling up to middle school girls and touching them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna ask you, is that the one where the author was a pedophile?
Yeah, he would roll up on his bike to chicks and just grab them.
He was like, I'm Kame Sennin. And they fucking,
I mean, he's the equivalent of fucking Master Roshi, sure.
that's
Because
that's
we will
unfortunate.
see here that Master Roshi is a fucked up weirdo
Oh,
in this chapter.
There's a bunch of fucked up weirdos in this goddamn manga.
So yes, page 4, we get explained that only the pure of heart can ride on the Nimbus cloud. And he's like, check it out, I'll show you how it's done. And he just falls right through it. So we know already that Roshi is not pure of heart, and we will sure find out why in just a moment. But Goku jumps on, and he's fine. He can stand right on it. And page 6, we see him swooping around, having fun, not giving an F about nothing.
He looks so happy.
He does. And
What would make you think that, Evan?
Well, probably him saying, or
That's actually my favorite new song off of Mouth Dreams. Yahoo.
I haven't checked out the new album.
Oh, you
yet,
should.
dude.
It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't checked it out yet, but I really need to.
It's fucking awesome, dude. Like every track off of there, he literally does have the Yahoo as a song on there.
what the fuck are you guys talking about? Mouth Dreams?
You know, Mouth Moods by Neil Sisagiri, or however you pronounce his last name.
Cicerega?
Oh.
He put out a new album.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, it's called Mouth Dreams, and it's really good. It's really, really good.
Interesting.
So page 7, we get Bulma asking Master Roshi if she can have a gift too, and the turtle says that she didn't help at all, and he's like, "Well, I gave you some salt water. Aren't you thankful for the salt water I gave you?" And he's like, "Well, Master Roshi's like, you know what? There's one way I can give you something if you show me your panties." And he's completely drooling over himself. I gotta say, I like the panties in the background of the panel. It's kind of funny.
Every time Roshi drools like this, skeeves me the fuck out, man.
It's pretty gross, right?
Like, I did not expect it to like actually gross me out like it does, but it's pretty fucking nasty. He's all over himself.
It's almost as gross as the act of asking a 16-year-old girl to show me your panties.
Almost.
Well, Turtle wants no part of this and says, "How could someone like you even say that?" So even Turtle knows that this is wrong. We all know that this is wrong.
I like that.
But even Senins want to see a panties once in a while.
I like that he says, "Now we know why you can't ride Kintune."
But again, we saw in chapter 1, Bulma doesn't really mind showing anyone her panties, so she goes for it. And I've got to say that page 8 is funny from the setup. It's fucking hilarious. Roshi's eyebrows make almost another head.
He's got like Mickey Mouse ears.
The turtle, yeah. The turtle's face is funny too. But yeah, just the setup from the last chapter. It's some real One Piece level of foreshadowing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. We all know I love showing off 16-year-old girls naked.
Roshi has a Sanji moment a little bit with his nose here.
Dude, not even. That is one thing I'll give to Akira Toriyama. At least he doesn't damn near kill the character by giving him a fucking nosebleed like Sanji, for God's sake.
Oh my god.
I hate that. I legitimately hate that. That's one of my least favorite things about One Piece. The fact that the nosebleeds legitimately affect Sanji.
Yeah.
To the point where he almost dies.
Oh god.
So yeah, she doesn't know this, obviously, that she doesn't have panties on. She doesn't know.
No way.
She can't feel a thing at all. When she was riding on the motorcycle before, everything was fine. So she realizes, wait, is that an orange ball on your necklace? I didn't see that last chapter. And she looks at, it's the 3-star Dragon Ball. She calls down Goku. Goku checks it out. Wow, Dragon Ball. And she's like, "Oh, you can give me this. You can give me this, right?" And she like just flashes him a bunch of more times. And Roshi damn near passes out, and she's like, "Fine, you can have it." And
I like how he like tells her that he found it 100 years ago, and she just completely glosses that over.
yeah, Roshi is supposed to be very, very old. Is it said here that he's immortal?
No, but it does say it later, and I mean,
Okay.
wouldn't you just assume he's immortal after he had an immortal phoenix that could give him? He was gonna give Goku immortality.
Right.
So I mean,
Right.
when I was reading it, I assumed right there. I mean, obviously, I know from watching so long ago that he's immortal, but you know, as a reader, wouldn't you just be like, okay, so this guy probably has immortality, even though the immortal phoenix is not the reason he has immortality.
Right.
All right.
Clearly that didn't work. Yeah, he's supposed to be like hundreds of years old. Keep that in mind, though. His immortality that will come back
Right.
into play.
They say it later, and he should
Yeah.
die later in this series, and he doesn't die because he gets hit fucking domed by fucking Chi-Chi, and he doesn't die.
Keep all that in mind. Keep all that in mind. Good stuff here. Good stuff.
Meanwhile, Jesse in his head, Adam, you're fucking ruining this. You're ruining everything.
No.
Stop.
Oh, no. Anyway, Roshi makes his escape with the turtle, and he says he's going to live a long life. Fucking skeeve bag. So they're happy. They have 4 balls now, and they go home, and this is when she realizes that she has no panties on. And I like page 12, no panties.
Yeah.
In the middle panel.
Yeah.
So Goku's like, oh yeah, he says, don't worry about it. You can still go on living even if you don't have a pee-pee or balls. And this aura comes over her. And yeah, I like her face on the bottom panel there.
Yeah, her
12.
jagged teeth.
And then again,
She
page
shoots him up.
13. She's just killing this kid.
Well, at this point, she knows he won't die.
I guess, or she at least thinks maybe.
Like,
but yeah,
I shot this kid with a pistol once. Now I'm gonna hit him with a submachine gun. He'll be fine.
So they leave. Page 14. I like the this nice shot of him riding the cloud. This obviously becomes a very iconic thing for Goku. She's on the bike, and 3 days pass. They're close to the next Dragon Ball, and they find a town, but it seems to be a ghost town.
Quiet, unsettling village.
Very quiet and unsettling. So, chapter 5, they're looking for people, and
dude, I love all of Bulma's outfits. They're pretty great.
Yeah, so this is that hat I was talking about. It has like 2 bills on it.
Yeah.
And it says Bulma underneath the one of them. That's pretty dang cool. I tried looking that up online. I couldn't find one because there are like Bulma clothes online. You know what I mean? Like the shirt that says Bulma and stuff, or even like Vegeta's Badman shirt.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't find this hat though. That would be sick. But they're knocking on this door for Sherman Priest, the guy's name, Sherman Shaman, I think, in some translations. And Goku just breaks in through the door, and then this man with an axe just absolutely he was gonna cut this man in half completely, Oki style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But page 4, we see that the axe just breaks against Goku's head, and they're like, "Oh God, it didn't even work." And Goku's got this huge bump on his head. He's got the sharp teeth here. He must be hanging out with Bulma a little too much. He's picking up her faces, and the man says, "Please forgive me, Oolong." And they're like, "Huh? Who's Oolong?" You know. So then it cuts very abruptly from color to black and white. Page 5, and the town is kind of out and about now, and we see this little girl and her father talking to Bulma and Goku, trying to patch up Goku a little bit since this guy whacked him in the head with a fucking axe.
Dude,
and
Goku keeps molesting these fucking people.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's a bit inappropriate.
A little bit inappropriate.
Yeah, well, Bulma points out that if that was her, she would be dead, and the guy's just like, "Oh, my apologies." And then yeah, Goku does the pat. The only way he can tell if it's a boy or girl. But Bulma puts the kibosh on that. You know, you can't be fucking doing that anymore. I like her like closed jaw on page 6, top left.
Yeah.
She's like freaking out, but her jaw is clenched shut. So the man tells them about Oolong, who's a shape-shifting monster who's been coming around stealing up the girls. And we see like a flashback of Oolong saying that he's going to take this the shaman priest's daughter here. And that's like why the town was kind of in hiding and stuff. And the man says that he seems to be a real pervert. And he sure does seem to be a pervert, this Oolong guy. And his journey to the West character is like supposed to be very lustful and gluttonous, so I guess there's that. But yeah, Oolong, he doesn't stick around for too long, so we won't have to deal with his perviness for too long. Even Roshi's perviness kind of dies off a little bit. This first chapter is certainly the most
serious.
What's up?
Once the series gets a little bit more serious, I'm guessing.
Yeah. This first arc is definitely the most gag and the most perv oriented for sure. So yeah, the man is explaining about Oolong and everything, and Bulma says, "Do you guys have any of these Dragon Balls?" And she shows them, and this old woman is like, "I have a ball that's just like that." And the man calls her Grandma Paozu. Now, a lot of people know Mount Paozu as the place where Goku's house is, but it's actually never called that in the manga.
No.
I don't even know if it's called that in the anime. It might be. But yeah, so there's a little bit of geeky ass trivia for you.
Little Snapple fact.
So yeah, they say, "Hey, we'll take this ball and we'll get rid of Oolong for you." And I love this on page 8. Bulma's like, "It's not going to be me. It's going to be," and she goes to point at Goku, and he's patting on Grandma Paozu here, and we get the face fault. You know, Bulma falls over, which is a pretty typical thing in Dragon Ball and a lot of gag comics and stuff like that. I think it comes from just old like comic strips, American comic strips. But yeah, pretty iconic thing. And she she freaks out on Goku again for patting him. But I think Grandma Paozu liked it. I don't know, guys. I gotta be honest.
Different strokes for different folks, but you shouldn't just walk up to girls and pat them.
Definitely not.
Listen, here at Mangaki no Tsukai, pat is bad.
Yeah, we don't condone this
and I mean that.
type of behavior.
I like how this village is like a good, healthy mix of cowboys, Indians, like mad scientists, and like babushkas.
Dude, I was literally going to point that out. What kind of fucking village is this? Where are they?
Yeah. So, Bulma's idea is
there's even like this. I'm sorry. Even on page 8, behind Grandma Babushka, whatever Paozu, whatever her name is, there's like a stereotypical Mexican guy behind her, like right there on the left.
I didn't even recognize that. I didn't even see that, dude.
Oh yeah, he's got a sombrero.
Got a sombrero. He looks like he's got like a poncho. Then you got this. Then you have like a Native American chief to the right of him.
And then also, of course, young Luffy.
Yeah, young Luffy in the bottom right.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, Bulma's idea is for them to dress up Goku like a girl, very much like that Final Fantasy VII mission, Evan. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know what you're talking about. What the hell?
Adam, you know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about, Jesse. I don't know, Jesse.
Shut up, Adam.
God, man. No fucking
Evan, you know what I'm
respect
talking
around
about?
here.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Adam,
you didn't play the remake. You wouldn't know.
Adam, you're fucking making me Arthur Fist, kind of like Oolong at the bottom right of page 9 here. I feel right now.
I'm gonna Arthur Fist you when I see you next month.
Ooh, I can't fucking wait.
So Oolong comes. He's like a big devil person. Goku's kind of nervous because he has to pee. And Oolong's like, "Oh, why are you like so afraid?" He turns into this like handsome man, I guess.
Okay.
And then Bulma.
What?
And then Bulma.
What is this? I have this in my notes. This is a handsome man in Bulma's eyes? He looks like Charlie Chaplin. What the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah, he looks about like 30 years older than her.
That's what I'm saying. She's 16. He looks like he's like a middle-aged man with a mustache.
Yeah, so Bulma's a little horny. You know what I mean? I think she is. Everybody in this.
What 16-year-old fucking
Toriyama's a little horny, okay?
What fucking 16-year-old wasn't horny as hell?
That's fair. That's fair.
So Oolong's arguing with himself about whether he should go for Bulma or because he can puff her,
Right.
or if he should go for Goku. And then he looks at Goku and Goku's just peeing.
Yeah.
And
amazing.
So he freaks out because he's a huge homophobe, and he's like, "You have the thing I hate most." And page 13, bottom right, is big kingdom energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. yeah.
So
that's good.
He turns into a bull, and they're gonna fight. That's how the chapter ends. They're gonna fight next.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say, I know I'm taking a long time.
You're we're like an hour and a half in. I just want to, just so you're aware of how much time we're in right now.
Oh no, I know. I know that Evan deals with this already. I'm having a hard time just because I'm trying to look at the pages rather than look at my notes. If I just look at my notes, I can speed this up a little bit. You can just show whatever fucking pages you want until I point one out, okay?
Yeah.
So I want to speed this up a little bit for us.
Okay.
Cool.
Good.
You guys having fun so far?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Cool. So, chapter 6. They're about to fight, and Oolong sees the clock, and he's like, "Uh-oh, my fucking time is almost up, y'all." And
He's like, just wait for a bit, this Mao Zedong looking motherfucker.
Yeah. So he goes and he turns into a communist pig, which is obviously like the joke there, right? Communist.
Is that?
Oh yeah, definitely. So we find out that he can only transform for 5 minutes, and then he needs to rest for a full minute. So, great skill set you got there, Oolong. So he turns into like this big robot holding soup, or I guess it's just broth, right? I thought it was maybe ramen, but I think it's just broth.
I was gonna say ramen, but he has chopsticks. Why would you fucking have soup with chopsticks?
Well, I think he actually says that he's gonna dip a Goku into the soup. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
This also doesn't make any sense to me because of the way his powers work.
Oh yeah.
Like, he has a bowl of soup, but not only is it a bowl of soup, it's fucking hot, and he burns his thumb by accidentally dipping it into the bowl of soup, which doesn't make any fucking sense. So
this is certainly supposed to be more for the gag than for the real repercussions, I guess.
I'm gonna point more powers. I'm gonna point more of this shit out as we continue.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, what would happen if he dropped that bowl? Like, would he like grow back into Oolong and have no hand or something like that?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Where does this come from?
So we see a little kid shoot at him with a slingshot, and it hurts him. So that tips Goku off to the fact that he's probably pretty weak, and he says that to him. And the guy's like, Oolong, Oolong's like, oh well, if you're so strong, how about you break these bricks? And I love on page 8 in the middle there, on the left side, when Goku says, "I can break these with one finger." I love that drawing of him there.
I can break these bricks. You can't break those bricks.
Dude, yeah. So then Oolong turns into a bat, and he flies away. So Goku calls Kinto-un. He chases after him, and here again is the bullshittery, because he turned into a rocket.
Right. This is another thing I was gonna point out.
And then he can just like speed off like a rocket.
Which
It's
again
like,
doesn't make sense. Because he even says, like, I can turn into things, but I can't make my, like, when Bulma tries to sit on him when he turns into like a moped. He's like, I can turn into things, but I don't gain power when I do that. Does that again, or Pora does that later. He turns into a pair of scissors and cuts off Goku's tail. Like, you telling me Pora could cut off Goku's fucking tail?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I ain't buying that shit.
So Goku's chasing him, and he turns back into his real form, and Goku catches him, and he takes him to the town to apologize. And let's see what page it's on.
They're like, the girls you kidnapped are all right, I assume.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's extremely.
Extremely all right. And then I know we were talking about the villagers before, but on page 12, the bottom, the people like all the way to the left, they just have like little smiley faces and round ass heads. They're just like nothing characters. It's so funny.
Yeah, they're like they got poor faces. It's literally what poor looks like. Or like they look like fucking dittos turned into people.
So Oolong takes them to his house, which is like this big place, and he's like, yeah, well, I stole all this money from people, and they're living like queens. We see, they're drinking milkshakes, they're watching TV, they're exercising, and they're like, we don't even like want to come back,
I love the one that's just
so that's pretty funny.
Cocktail.
Yeah,
she's
that's
good.
pretty
She's
funny.
big moods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I said milkshake.
Which kind of blows my mind. Like, okay, why would Oolong continue to go steal more girls? There is no other girl that's going to get stolen, brought to this place, see these girls and go, oh, I don't have to be your slave wife? All right, cool.
Yeah.
What is the logic?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's also, I didn't mention this before, but when Bulma tells Oolong her age, he says that he's younger than her.
Yeah.
So there's that as well. So page 14, I like the side panel. The mountains in the background and the water and everything looking pretty nice. This actually is a little bit of Kingdom, huh? Adam, what do you think of that?
It's a pretty nice.
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's pretty nicely drawn.
Oh my god! What about the boat? Is the boat like Kingdom?
Yeah, that I'll give you. That is definitely like Kingdom.
I'll give you this. I like boat.
Yep, I have that written in my notes as well. So
that's
great.
Funny.
And again, that's really Toriyama's pen. That's not an English translation.
Right.
He really writes that. So
yeah, I like to shit on Dragon Ball here, but I will say the panel is nice, Jesse. I know what you're trying to say, but it's not Kingdom nice.
You're telling me that this arc wasn't exactly like when Hoken storms the fucking army base at night?
It's a little like it. I could see where you're trying to.
Okay, you agree. So yeah, they're heading off, and they've got Oolong with them. Bulma thinks that the transformation powers might come in health. Might come in perfect health. Excuse me. Just kidding, guys. Goku does the pat on Oolong.
Yeah, at least he's a unilateral molester. He doesn't discriminate on whose crotch he's grabbing.
It's all bad.
And again, Oolong is afraid of penises. Because he's probably gay. Think about when he lets Master Roshi motorboat him. He loves it,
Speaking of that, did you guys see the fucking diplomat from, what was it like?
From Hungary?
Yeah, Hungary. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that myself.
Because that's what that reminds me of. I don't, Jesse, you know what we're talking about?
No.
There's a diplomat from Hungary who was like super anti-LGBTQ and like tried passing a bunch of like, anti-gay laws and whatnot.
Oh, he was seen leaving like a huge orgy,
Yeah,
right?
an
Yeah.
all-male
Yes.
25-person male orgy with like other diplomats and other like well-known people.
Yeah, they got busted up because obviously COVID.
Which is hilarious. Fuck that guy.
Jesus Christ. All right, so chapter 7. Page 2, the top panel is looking very nice. A lot of screen tones there, which we don't get from Toriyama often. A lot of just black and whites and
This is a really nice panel as well, by the way.
yeah, it is.
This top panel is very nice. The water looks really good. Did a really nice job making the water look nice. Nice and
I
reflective.
hate it.
Okay. I hate you, so keep going with your dumbass.
So they're heading to Fry Pan Mountain, and Oolong is freaked out by this. And he's like, "You guys don't know about Gumao?" And
the
which
strongest
is
man alive, Gumo. Fearsome
yes,
character to come.
yes. So he's like, "I'm fucking out of here." He turns into a fish, jumps out, and Bulma lures him back by fishing with her panties. And he just goes for it. He's like, "Oh yeah, these are someone else's panties."
Does he when he transformed? Does he get the brain of a fucking fish too, or something?
Exactly. So he's back in the fucking boat.
I
That
also
doesn't
like
make any sense either. His powers wouldn't be that of a fish.
I don't fucking know. I don't. But I really like his Oolong's ears getting blown back and Goku's hair is getting blown back in the boat on
Yeah.
page 4.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's really funny. He's like a Dumbo.
So Bulma gives Oolong this candy, and Goku asks for some, and he's like, she says that he can't have any, and I think also Oolong says that he should keep the panties, right? But she gives him the candy instead.
Oh yeah, he's like Bulma's like if you're useful then I'll just give you them.
So they run out of gas, and she asks Oolong to turn into gasoline, which actually should make sense, I think, according to how his powers have worked so far. He says no. Goku doesn't even know what gasoline is. So he turns into an ore, and Goku like beats the shit out of him. Page 6.
Goku doesn't even know what an ore is. He goes, "What's an ohm?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we said or Goku, not ohm.
Just slap the water with it. So they get to shore. Goku is peeing. Page 6, bottom left. And Bulma thinks that she lost the capsules in the river. Why? Why did she lose them in the river?
Did we see that happen at all?
No, it doesn't even make sense for it to happen.
Yeah, like they weren't like going super fast like through fucking White Rapids or anything. Like they weren't flipping over, but she's like, "Oh, I guess I lost them in the river." Okay, thanks. And we see her kind of freaking out about this. And then on page 7, bottom left, Bulma and Goku are kind of arguing about it, and we see Oolong sneak off. And they notice that he sneaks off, and she uses the powers of the PP candy. And when she goes pee, he fucking shits his pants all over the place. So page 9, we get Oolong's little butt cheeks there. Some nice bacon. You know what I mean, guys? I don't think that's where bacon comes from.
How do you
guys?
How do you think Oolong on page 9, right next to where he's shitting, where he's going, oh, how do you think he says that? In my opinion, it's oh.
Yes.
I'm more concerned about where he got the toilet paper. That's all I really care about.
Did he transform into the toilet paper?
He transformed his shoe into toilet paper, actually.
So they ask him to turn into a bike or like a scooter. He can't do that. Like Bulma sits on him and he just like falls in
That
half.
he can't do. He can do everything
Right.
else, but that
It-
too much.
she should have asked him to turn into a rocket and he could have flown away, but
Right.
instead it's a bike, you know. So he's like, hey, how about I turn into panties? I like page 11. His face on the panties, and then I love her just slapping them right out of the air. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's floating there and he just smacks her down, and then at the bottom of page 11 we see the desert, and then we see them walking through the desert. Goku is like, you guys are slow. Like I'm willing to walk with you guys. I'm not even riding on the freaking cloud, dude. And you guys are so slow. And Bulma's like, I'm a city girl. So
is there like a motel?
So
please don't make Bulma sound like that. That's horrible.
They take a rest, and Bulma just starts freaking out. She hates everything. She's hungry. She wants a bath. She wants a bed. She's flipping out, and then she just falls asleep. And Goku is hungry as well. Page 13. Then we see a cat is spying on them. This little tiny cat.
Who has the same face as those villagers, just saying.
Yes. that he does. So he goes into this cave. The sign on the cave says severe training and extreme sharpening. which is what Yamcha's all about. And we see inside the cave, we meet Yamcha and Puar. Yamcha's a pretty cool looking dude. He's got a bike called the Jet Squirrel. Pretty fucking sweet name. And
the Jet Squirrel.
Yeah. Let's see. Page 14 in like the middle there. All right, Puar, prepare the Jet Squirrel. And then it cuts back to Goku. Goku asks Oolong if he likes pork. He's gonna get them some food. But before he can get out of there, Yamcha shows up. And that's the bottom panel there of page 15. Chapter 8. Yamcha is trying to rob Goku. And then Puar and Oolong recognize each other because they went to the same school, which is called the South Transformation Preschool. Not to be confused with, the North Transformation Preschool.
Yeah, I never realized that they had known each other previously, but I guess that makes sense,
Yeah, you know what else makes sense? Oolong got kicked out of that school for stealing the teacher's panties.
So stupid.
It also explains why Oolong can't really transform properly. He can only transform for the 5 minutes because he got kicked out of school. He never really learned correctly,
Yeah, so there's a whole school of these people that transform, but we never meet any other characters that can do this.
Nope. It's a small private school. It's very expensive.
There was only 3 people: Oolong, Puar, and the teacher.
So
also, this is not how I expect Puar's name to be spelled.
Yeah, and in some translation it is like PU dash, not dash, the apostrophe mark AR, but here it's ERH, right?
Yeah, I expect it to be spelled PUAR.
Yeah, and also like Yamcha, like with the U in there.
Yamucha.
Yeah, that's how they say it in Japanese, but I think in Chinese it's just Yamcha with no U. But whatever. So Oolong's trying to convince Goku to fight Yamcha, and they do fight. We get some pretty cool artwork, like this one on page 6. This first panel of the Nyoibo hitting the sword. That's like a pretty iconic shot, especially because it's from the opening theme song of Dragon Ball. That's like a standout shot in there. We see stick get longer, and because of that, Yamcha is like, "Where did you get that bow staff from?" And Goku says his dead grandfather gave it to him.
Is this the first time we get his name?
It is, yeah. So he says that his grandfather's name was Son Gohan, and Yamcha says that he was supposedly a master of martial arts, like one of the greatest. And we'll see throughout the series in the beginning that Yamcha like seems to know a lot about extravagant martial artists. He kind of seems to like know everybody. Just so
Follows
that
that shit.
yeah, he's on that Twitter feed. So Yamcha says that he can't let his guard down just because Goku looks like a kid if he was trained by Gohan, you know? And Goku's response to that is, I'm hungry. So, page 8, we get the absolute classic Roga Fufuken, the Fist of the Wolf Fang Gale, or Wolf Fang Wind Fist as it's put here. Wolf Fang Fist as we know it. We all know what I'm talking about. Yamcha kicks him.
Do you, Adam? Do you know what he's talking about?
You know what I'm talking about, Adam?
I actually have no idea what he's saying.
Well, just let me put it this way.
He's saying Roga Fufuken.
I like page 8, the bottom left, Goku's like Rocky spit take.
Nice.
But yeah, we see the Wolf Fang Fist come out, and Yamcha's just fucking
slapping the shit
really
out
slapping
of him.
the shit out of him. Yeah, exactly. Page 9. You know, we see it end off, and here we get, I guess, our first character flying through mountains.
Yeah.
All right, page 9 there.
And also, is this the only time the Wolfgang Fist actually like works?
I don't think so. We still get Yamcha being good for a little while, you know.
Yeah, at least Yamcha's useful in Dragon Ball. Pretty much outside of Dragon Ball, he's fucking dead weight. The iconic image of him lying dead in a fucking crater is pretty much sums up his character. Which sucks.
The dunce cap is definitely going on that one.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It sucks because I really like Yamcha as a character. I like his design and his ability, but he sucks. So.
So Oolong tries to switch sides once he notices this. He tries to like go onto Yamcha's side there, and then he turns into a fly to try to run away, and then Puar turns into a fly swatter. I wrote LOL in my notes because that was pretty funny. I really was LOL. You know what I mean? I really was. Not really.
You were LOL.
I was LL. I was literally laughing out loud. So Oolong has one capsule. He's like, I was saving this for emergencies. He gives that over. We see Goku laying in the rubble. He's hungry, of course. And then we get some more John Ken stuff. We get scissors right into the eye. Well, I guess we get paper to the fist, page 12. Paper to the fist, scissors to the eye. Or I'm sorry, rock to the fist, scissors to the eye, paper to the face, baby. And then page 13,
he top smacks panel. Him off the top panel.
Yeah, literally breaking the fourth wall. Yamcha's pretty pissed about that, but Goku is severely drained. He is very hungry. And right as Yamcha goes to make the killing strike, Bulma wakes up, and they lock eyes. Page 14. I love the bottom left, the drawing of Yamcha there.
Yeah.
Especially compared to the drawing of him right to the right there. So Yamcha runs away because we find out that he's pretty nervous around girls, and he gets way too worked up around them.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, horrible character trope.
Yes. Yeah, so then the next chapter 9, it's nighttime. We've got a big like camper with Oolong's name on it. We find out that was what he had in that capsule that he was saving for emergencies.
Yeah, so by the way, he's like, oh yeah, I was saving it for a special occasion. You don't think fucking dying in the middle of a desert is a special occasion to pull out your fully staffed and fucking stocked with food camper
Yeah,
that can drive you across the fucking desert. I don't know.
he wasn't really thinking this one through.
Clearly not.
So Goku is eating, but he's still hungry. I wrote in my notes. So I don't really know if that's true, but that's what I wrote. So I guess it's true. It's a written word. I also have written here, Oolong is gonna rape Bulma, probably.
Yeah,
have
dude,
that
I have
written
the
down
same
as
thing.
well.
His peeping is far too minor. Like, what? What?
Right. So we see Yamcha and Puar are like off. It's nighttime. They're like off in the distance, and they're going to try to infiltrate this camper of theirs. Yamcha's plan is for Puar to turn into Goku or Oolong and lure Bulma away, and then he'll steal the capsule. And Goku is explaining to Oolong why they're traveling to find the Dragon Balls and everything, and then Yamcha shows up, and
I don't know if I could show this picture. I just showed it.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Yeah,
if I can show this picture on a YouTube video.
probably shouldn't.
So yeah, I guess I forgot to mention Bulma is going to take a shower, and she told Oolong to like get her a pair of pajamas or any like spare clothes he has. So she's in the shower. Yamcha goes to look inside, and he looks right into the shower window, because every shower has a window in it. And we see Bulma's ass and boobies, if I will say. And
Do you guys want to take turns reading Yamcha's reaction?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I can go first. Ga, 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 goo, ga, go, go. All right, how about you, Jesse?
Now I'm just gonna do exactly what you
Yeah,
did.
I was gonna do exactly that. You took the only way you could do this.
Kakagi, goo, ga, go, go. No, you can do it like
You
that.
sound like fucking.
You know?
I don't know if you guys know who Psychic Pebbles is, but you sound just like Psychic Pebbles.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a name I haven't thought about in a while.
He has an Adult Swim show now. You should check it out.
Does he?
It's hilarious.
Wow.
It's called
What's it called?
Smiling Friends. It's very funny.
Oh wow, good for him.
The first episode's on AdultSwim.com.
Dude, good for him, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this.
Dude, it is so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Psychic Pebbles. I can tell from the art, you know.
Oh yeah. And his goddamn voice. I don't know how you could be born with such a voice.
Yeah, he's a weird dude.
Yeah, funny as fuck though.
Oh shit, the guy from the kid from Stranger Things. All right, anyway, sorry.
That's okay. So yeah, Yamcha's reaction is pretty funny. Then he overhears Goku explaining to Oolong about the Dragon Balls. So Yamcha thinks that if he gets the Dragon Balls, he can wish away his fear of women.
The dumbest fucking wish ever.
Well, you see where
dumbest
this is
thing.
going, though. There might be a match made in heaven here somewhere in this manga. Until Toriyama decides that Yamcha's a cheater, and then Bulma marries the guy who killed everybody. But you know, that's for a later day. That's for a later day. We see here on page 8, Goku explaining female anatomy to Oolong. You know, girls don't have peepees and balls. And then you turn the page and Bulma knocks him right on the head, as she often does.
What page is that?
Page 8 and 9. So Bulma's yelling at Oolong about the pajamas, because it's like a little tiny pajama suit, like Oolong size, you know. And then he gives them a drink with a date rape drug in it, I guess, and it knocks them out.
Dude, it's so fucked up.
It's gonna knock them out cold. And Oolong says that his hands are gonna be all over her or whatever, and because she's like, I guess I'm just gonna have to sleep naked. Do my fucking laundry, please, so that I have some clothes. And then we see Poir turn into a key?
Doesn't make sense, but go on. Doesn't make any How would he know? How would he know what the fucking key lock would be so that he could turn into this key?
Because he's constantly transforming as he enters the keyhole.
Yeah, I'm
to
sure.
fit it perfectly.
I'm sure.
It's written in the guidebook Daizenshu 6 actually. So
honestly, I know you're probably just fucking around, but I feel like you're not.
No, I am. So he turns into a key. Oolong goes upstairs to be a fucking creep. Goku is knocked out sleeping, and Poir turns into Goku. He looks pretty dumb. Page 12, top left. That's Poir's Goku. Imagine if that's what Goku actually just looked like. That'd be
horrible.
That'd be a fun comic. So he's going upstairs, and Oolong's like, "Oh, god damn it! How is he awake already?" Oolong decides to transform into Bulma, who again is just beautiful. And so they're both like, let's go outside and take a walk. Like, they both don't realize that it's not the real person. I mean, they really both should know by now that this isn't what either character looks like.
They're both idiots. They're both goddamn idiots.
But I like when they're going outside and Poir's like, "So Oolong went for a walk, huh?" And Oolong's like, "You don't have to yell it, you know. I'm standing right here." That's to let Yamcha know, of course. So they just like walk out into the wilderness, kind of just distracting each other for as long as they can. Yamcha goes upstairs. Now he's never seen the Dragon Ball, so he doesn't know like the size of them or anything. So he thinks, oh, maybe they're underneath here. He lifts up the sheet where Bulma's sleeping under, and he's certainly going to be surprised. Then we see Oolong and Poir. They, reveal the trickery to each other, and Poir's like, "Oh God, Yamcha!" And then it just cuts to Poir and Yamcha walking back, and Yamcha has boobs for eyes, which is hilarious in my opinion. I love.
It's pretty funny how his eyes are drawn, but this weakness is getting old. Like 2 chapters in, I'm done with it.
Yeah, I mean,
it is the Sanji nosebleed weakness. It's fucking horrible. Can't stand that.
Yeah,
it's
really not going to stick around for too long.
Yeah, only like another 10 chapters, which will only take us another 3 hours to get through.
No, we're gonna cut it short for sure. We won't be able to cover the whole arc today. But chapter 11, they get to Fry Pan Mountain, and it's just this huge mountain that's on
chapter
fire.
11.
Whoa!
Skipping a whole chapter here or what?
Oh shit! Really? Damn.
Yeah,
okay.
Chapter 10, dude.
Chapter 10.
Wow, you big dumb idiot! I thought you were a true Dragon Ball friend.
King Dummy over here. I've got a dunce cap on, boys. Okay, so chapter 10. Oh, right. It's the next morning. Oolong tells, Bulma that Yamcha tried to rob them, and that there might be an outfit upstairs for her to wear, which she really commits to the whole outfit, with the bunny ears and everything. She doesn't have to wear that, but she likes the way she looks. Goku is hungry, of course, as always. And they head to Fry Pan Mountain, but they get cut off because Yamcha is there, and he blows up their goddamn RV. Let me see here. I think, yes. Oh, wait. I'm trying to see if he has a name for this vehicle here. I don't think he does, but he shoots a missile at them, and Bulma's like, "Oh, that Hawkeye actually came to see us?" and then page 8, they get blasted right on the side. And then page 9, she's like knocked out, but she looks like an Animaniacs character here or something like that.
I like how he has a fucking. Not only does he have a bazooka, but he's got a Panzerfaust. He's got like a World War II era Nazi Germany fucking bazooka.
Yeah, and I will say Toriyama likes drawing vehicles a lot. So like you can see the car that he's driving in is like decently detailed and stuff, and some of the other vehicles, like the motorcycle we saw before. I know Toriyama really likes drawn vehicles. But Goku, page 10, top right, Goku just sticks his tongue out at them, and he's gonna fight them. And Yamcha tells Poir to hold the gun, which I think is pretty funny because it's like 5 times the size of him. But yeah, Goku's like, oh, you only beat me yesterday just because I was hungry. So they fight some more. And then bottom of page 11, we see Goku knocks a tooth right out of Yamcha's mouth there.
Good.
And then on page 12, do you guys think Poir turns into this mirror? Or do you think Yamcha has a mirror on him at all times?
He definitely has a mirror on him at all times.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be. He just has a mirror, but I don't know.
If it was Poir, the back side of that mirror would have a face, not the front side.
So, they run away again, and Oolong thinks that Goku is amazing. And now Yamcha comes up with a new plan. He runs away, but he's still kind of watching them, and he comes up with a new plan, and it's just follow them till they have all the Dragon Balls. Then he'll just steal all the Dragon Balls at once. So Yamcha drives up to them and actually says, "Oh, I'm sorry, sorry about that. Here's a car," and he gives them a car. But little do they know that it has a tracker on it.
What?
Bum, 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 bum.
Very smart move here, Yamcha. Very smart.
Yeah, fucking Yamcha's plan. He really should have just. He says it. He should have just done this shit from the fucking start.
This car that they give him, or this car that Yamcha gives them, is an actual car too, like a real world car.
Really?
That Scorpion brand is a real car.
Oh.
On the front of it, if you Google, I think it's called a Barth, ABARTH. It's a real car. I'll show an actual image here. It kind of looks like this fucking car. A Barth.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have seen this before.
It literally.
Remember? Good.
I was saying, I'm literally showing like an image that looks exactly like the card that he gave them.
Yeah, like I said, he really likes drawn vehicles, so that's no surprise. I know he also was really into like model cars. So, do you remember that episode of Family Matters where Steve Urkel gets that little? I think it's a BMW, but like it's so small that the front of the car is like the door. It's just like one door. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Classic episode of Family Matters, guys. You gotta be on this. Come on.
Sorry, buddy.
It's okay. It's okay. So chapter 11. Now, for real this time, guys, they get to Fry Pan Mountain.
What?
And it is just on fire. It reminds me of like any page you really look at here, like page 3, top left, the fire. Reminds me of fire I used to draw as like a kid. Like, do you guys ever draw fire when you were young? I feel like my fire looked exactly like that.
All the time. My parents come to my room. They'd be like, again with the fire, Adam. Can you draw anything else?
You're disturbed, Adam.
You'll never be good enough.
Just like, I just want to be known for my fire, Ma, Pa. And they'd fucking handcuff me to the radiator in the basement and feed me nothing but lard.
Ew.
That was my punishment for drawing fire all the time.
So in this chapter, I just want to say, like, on page 3 and everything, she's almost like, oh, he's Gyumao, and Oolong's telling her, and he's like, oh, anybody who gets near that mountain is also gonna end up like this, and she's like, they're killed, and it's like, yeah, no shit, they're gonna fucking die. The entire mountain's on fire, nonstop, ceaselessly.
Yeah. People
Ugh.
people die when they're killed.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, for someone
So
who's smart enough to fucking what did she make at the beginning? Oh, the draggin radar. You would think, common sense would also be there, but no, not Bulma. Everything gets
So
past her.
I also really like Oolong backing out on page 4. I think that's really funny for some reason. I don't know. I'm getting out of here.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so they're talking about how the 6th ball is probably in the castle at the top of the fiery mountain. Oolong backs away, like Evan's talking about, not even using his mirrors, just sticking his head out the window. Bulma uses the PP candy again, which, by the way, only lasts for a month. That's like a note in the first chapter. It shows up in.
Only a month. Only a month.
Yeah.
I actually wrote down in my notes here, like, how the fuck long does this shit work?
Yeah. Yeah.
Only a
There's
month.
a note about it. So yeah, Oolong is shitting his fucking brains out again. Just hilarious comedy over here from the pen of Toriyama. And then we've got Yamcha using this huge ass 80s car antenna to like get the information of what's going on.
I didn't even notice that. That's funny.
And
He's just listening in, I guess.
yeah, he's listening and he hears about Gyumao, which means demon king, demon ox king, or demon cow king, whatever. Ox king is what he's called in the English version.
That's how I know him, the Ox King.
That's pretty much exactly what his name means.
The famed fighter Ox King, who was Muten Roshi's disciple, famed fighter that everyone knows that he's a fighter because he fights a lot. Dragon Ball. Everyone's afraid of him.
Yeah, so Yamcha knows martial artists. He knows everything about. He's read Wikipedia pages about martial artists. He knows Gyumao and Son Gohan were disciples of a man named Muten Roshi, which means like heavenly martial arts master. Again, it's not a actual name; it's a title, like Kame Sennin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he doesn't really have a name. What's the one?
No, you're like, oh yeah, it's a title like Kame Sennin, wink wink.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, no, it's just that because we know him as Master Roshi, but like he doesn't really have a name. He just has a title. He has 2 titles, and there's quite a few characters like that actually. Yeah, so there's that. So then over by Yamcha, they hear a scream, and we see a little girl running away from a dinosaur. Page 6 at the bottom.
Who could that be?
I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever see her again. She's probably friends with the bear with a mohawk.
That makes sense.
But
dude, she fucking kills this thing.
Oh yeah, page 7. She just fucking throws her like blade on top of her helmet, cuts this fucker's head off, and then she's like, "Not good enough," and then she just beams it and blows it to smithereens completely.
Yamcha's reaction to this was legitimately my reaction.
Yeah, I like how on page 9 he's got like one tooth. So it's like he on the last chapter he lost a tooth. Now he has only one tooth. That's it's like poetry, it rhymes.
Why did she attack him?
Why did she attack Yamcha?
He goes, hello, and she goes, out of the frying pan and into the fire, and fucking tries to kill him.
Yep.
And he's not having that, so he knocks her out. He explains to Poir that
kind of don't blame him.
He's not into little girls, so he's not afraid of her.
Yeah, of course, because I'm not a lolly. Are you fucking kidding me with these translations right now?
Yeah, that's certainly. I think that's certainly a fan translation.
No, Toriyama absolutely wrote that. Don't fucking lie, Jesse. Toriyama absolutely wrote Yamcha's not a lolly.
I think in the anime he literally just says like, I'm not into little girls. Like that's the translation. Because the
no, wrong.
Yeah.
He says shit. I'm not a lolly.
Oh shit, you're right. Fuck me. God damn. Sorry. I'm spreading false information over here. But yeah, it comes back. It goes back to Goku and them, and Bulma tells Goku to take the Nimbus up to the castle, and he goes up there, but it's too hot to land.
I don't blame
And
him.
oh yeah, it's funny too because Oolong's like, try to be quiet, and he's like, he's like yelling, and so then we see like this big ass shadowy figure on page 12 in the bottom left, and he hurls an axe on page 13. I like the way the axe is drawn there. It looks pretty cool.
I like the way Ox King's drawn.
Yeah. He certainly doesn't look like this in the Z era of Dragon Ball.
Not at all.
Oh, he looks like a fucking chump.
That's where Gohan. I think that's where Gohan gets it from. Interesting.
That's what from being a chump?
Being such a chump when he gets older.
That makes sense.
So yeah, page 13, we see the Ox King. Pretty cool, like Evan said. Bulma has some funny reaction shots in both panels on this page. Also, Oolong's face up there, you can't see his mouth. You just see his eyes and his nose.
But like, why is she still dressed as a Playboy bunny? Like, why didn't she just change?
Oh yeah, it is said that Oolong couldn't do the laundry because he was up all night watching out for Yamcha. But
I'm not gonna lie.
As someone who does laundry, you can run that in the background while you do something else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if I didn't do the laundry, I would choose the clothes that I wore the day before over the Playboy bunny suit for the next couple of days, because it's not like she just wears this for the day. This like goes for a couple of days.
Yeah, dude.
Well, like I said, she really commits by keeping the ears on. She doesn't even have to wear that part, but she's like, well, I'm not going to have a tail and not have ears.
Yeah, right.
But it's insane foreshadowing for the chapters to come.
Right. Oh my god.
I guess so.
So Gumo is there, and he's talking to them about, you're gonna steal my treasure. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna chop you up and eat you. I don't know if that's a fan translation thing or if that's Toriyama again, but it's what he says. So, but then they're like, no, we're not doing that. We're just passing through. And then Goku swoops in. Hey, it's too hot to go break into that castle. And then on the last page here, Goku, he gets down there and he's like, oh, who are you to Ox King? And the Ox King's like, wait a minute, is that the flying Nimbus? And he's like, yeah, I got it from this old man, Master Roshi.
Like, is that the loop-de-loop cloud?
And he's like, wait a minute, Kame Sennin, Muten Roshi? So now we know that that's the same person. Who would have thought?
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. My mind.
And he says, do you happen to know where he's living? And then the narration here says, not only was Kame Sennin Gumao's master, but also a super talented martial artist as well. What will happen next? And that is the end of volume 1. We read 2 volumes, so I'm going to go ahead and not keep everybody here for another 4 fucking hours and say we'll call it there. And we'll do the other half next time.
Okay.
Next time on Dragon Ball.
Next time. And Mangaki no Tsukai. Yeah, but I mean, we were goofing off a bunch, but I'll certainly try to speed things up, But I'm also nerding out on some trivial small shit about the series, so. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I hope everybody listening had fun. That's going to be it. Next week, we're going to be doing another episode 1. Why don't you tell us about that, Adam?
Next time on Mangaki no Tsukai, we're abandoning Dragon Ball. That's the end of the Dragon Ball series.
We're done with it. No more.
Thank God.
Now we're gonna be covering One Piece. The first 7 chapters, which is the first arc in One Piece, is called Romance Dawn. Is pretty short, but the first chapter is pretty beefy. It's like pretty much 2 chapters. We could have done chapters 1 through 21, which would have covered the first 2 volumes, but I just feel like we'd end up with a really, really long episode.
For sure.
That's never happened before.
Yeah. It's not like all of our episodes aren't really fucking long, but I just figured the way I want to do One Piece is literally just covering the arcs, and the first couple of arcs are kind of short. I don't think any of them are even like close to 15 chapters. Like maybe one of them's like 12 or 13 chapters until we get to like Baratie and that stuff. But yeah, so we're going to be covering the first 7 chapters, which is Romance Dawn, just a nice little introduction into the series. So I'll be covering that as the host and be bringing these 2 along with me.
Very excited.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
And we'll also be getting back into Kingdom the week after that, too. So
right,
it'll be fun.
We're not just abandoning Kingdom, and then Evan will be taking us through Kingdom, obviously, as he has been.
Yep. I can't wait.
I think it's nice that we're gonna have One Piece and Dragon Ball being a bit more on the comedy side of things, at least at the beginning with One Piece, and having a more serious, more detailed manga like Kingdom. So just want to spread the love to a bit more instead of just doing one series as it is.
For sure.
But Jesse, you could take us out.
Hell yeah. See ya. No. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited to be doing all these series now. Very excited. Meet us next week for One Piece. Thank you for being here. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.